Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for a cheese box rummage here on the channel. Going to get into some COMC pickups that have been sitting in the cheese box waiting for their day in the sun. So we're going to flip the camera around, but before we do, just wanted to pop on quickly, say hello, trying to make a better effort to get on camera from time to time. So hope everyone's doing well. And with that being said, let's turn it around and get into the cheese box here. All right, so here we go. It's Wilson certified time. We got the box stocked and ready to go. Start off on the left side here, and a really nice one out of the gate. Check this out. I've shown a different card from this set in the past. This was an on-demand release by Topps, and these were made to look like the 1980 basketball release that has the infamous Larry Bird and Magic Johnson rookie card, but they are done up in Star Wars fashion. So we got Yoda, Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker here, three, I should say, of the most important characters from the original trilogy, and three of my favorite characters to collect on the Star Wars front. I think that set has, they didn't produce a ton of those. I want to say the print run was under 500, and it's gotten a little bit popular in recent years, so I'm happy to find that one in there. I think I may have that whole set. It's only a 6-card set, but pretty neat card. Here's an Ovi that I didn't have in my Ovi stack for some reason. I had in the cheese box instead. This is the silver foil upper deck parallel from EPAC. Again, you need 10 copies of a player's base card in EPAC to exchange in for one silver foil on COMC. So a pretty neat card there. This is one of my favorite images on any Ovechkin upper deck flagship card. Love the bend in that stick. Just awesome. Kind of reminds me of some of the Ted Williams cards where he's shown with the bend in his bat. Same concept for Ovechkin there. And here's one, I've warned you in the past that I picked up quite a few copies of this, and it certainly appeared from the cheese box, in the past, and we have it again today. The Connor McDavid facing off against Sidney Crosby canvas card. I've talked about that one at length, so let's just kind of move on, pick something a little bit different here. And here is a neat one. So this is a hockey card going all the way back to the 1950s. It's a 59 Parkhurst goalie card, and it features Ed Chadwick. Look at that image. I love the old school goalie cards with the brown leather pads, the wooden sticks. Even the net itself looks super old here. Like, that is just a fantastic looking hockey card. I got this for, I think, around $2, maybe $3. I remember, and I couldn't believe it. I can see now why it was that cheap, because as you've probably already noticed, there is a surface wrinkle that starts up here, goes down the entire length of the card. But whatever, it doesn't detract too much to me from this beauty. You don't see a lot of hockey cards from the 50s, at least I don't, shown on YouTube, channels that I happen to subscribe to. So something a little different there. I love that Leafs goalie card. A lot of hockey today. Here's a baseball one to mix it up from the 1975 Topps mini release. How about a Manny Sanguillen? One time won a batting title, and he just is one of those players. I know a lot of other people have talked about this. I'm certainly not the first, but for whatever reason, he just had a run of really nice looking cards. There are just a lot of really nice Manny Sanguillen cards, and I love the 75 minis. So this one's pretty off center. More so than one I would buy today, but I think the reason I have it is it was under 50 cents, and just wanted to vacuum that one up into the collection. Got a soccer card next. How about Robert Lewandowski, say it how you will. Absolute dominating force for the Polish national team and a variety of different clubs. In his professional career, 500 goal scorer on a very elite list of players who can say that. And I think, is sort of lost in the Messi versus Ronaldo debate. You don't hear enough about Robert. So happy to have that one for my Soccer Z. Moving on, here's another hockey card, and this one's neat. This is a pre-rookie card of Leon Draisaitl from his time with the Bakersfield Condors. So I think this is AHL, CHL? Yep, AHL. You can see on the back, 2015 Upper Deck AHL hockey. And what happened here, Draisaitl debuted in the NHL his rookie year, was actually sent back down, I think, and played a little bit in the AHL to get seasoned before coming back up. And for that reason, he's missing from like his second year set after his Young Gun card, because I don't think people were that high on him at the time or knew that he was going to turn out to be, who he turned out to be. All right, another hockey card here. And this is a really nice one. Upper Deck exclusives, which I've talked about so much recently as well. I feel like I'm just kind of going around in circles with some of these parallels, but I can't get enough of these. Probably the best goalie of his generation, right there with Dominik Hasek anyway. Martin Brodeur. And look at that rainbow foil, numbered out of 100. This is from the 2008 Upper Deck release. Hall of Famer, and in almost anybody's list, a top 5, certainly top 10 goalie of all time in the league. So really happy. That's a sneaky good card to be hiding out in the cheese box here. Got another Star Wars card. This is the Galaxy Chrome release, and this is Luke Skywalker, obviously, from the Empire Strikes Back, it looks like. This is a refractor, if you can't tell. So I love the shine on this card. Pretty cool to get 2 Star Wars cards in this cheese box rummage today. And out of all the cards in this Galaxy set, Jerry Vanderstelt is my favorite artist. So I've shown a couple of other cards that he did for this release, or where his artwork was chosen for the release, his previous artwork. Big fan of him. Love this Luke card. It's pretty cool that it has the lightsaber prominently featured, and you can't go wrong with a refractor of a movie great in Luke Skywalker. Let's just do a couple more here. We got a baseball card next, and this is a buyback. Now, most of the buybacks that I've shown in this channel's history have been Topps buybacks, either Heritage or the program that they ran for a few years in the mid 2010s. This is a Bowman buyback. So they did these 70th anniversary Bowman buybacks a few years back, and they would just like they did with the Topps ones, buy them back, stamp them with this Bowman 70 logo, and issue them back out to collectors. And in this case, I have Pedro Martinez from early in his career with the Montreal Expos. Just absolutely love that. This is not valuable or anything, but I just love that you don't know how many of these are out there, and there really aren't a ton of them. Like, I'd be surprised if there was even 20 of these in buyback format. So I know it's kind of manufactured scarcity. I totally get it. But for me, for a Pedro collection, he's somebody who I enjoy collecting, and to get a unique item like that you can't find often for just $1 or $2 is pretty cool. Let's go all the way to the right here. Another hockey card. This is one of those famous triple exposures or multi-exposures that Upper Deck is known for since really they broke onto the scene in the late 80s. Patrick Kane here, arguably the best American-born player in NHL history. You could debate that, but he's certainly right up there. And then as we get towards the end, let's move to the left side of the box here. Whoops. And see if we can't get like a vintage baseball card or two to close it out. Got a beautiful 1955 Ray Moore for the Baltimore Orioles. Look at that card. I love the cap, the old school Orioles team logo, the bright yellow of the background. It's a little bit of like print markings or wear up here in the yellow, but like I always say when I show these off, a pretty decently conditioned card that's more than sufficient for my little set build that I have going on. And if I move this paper receipt, take a look at the back. And what's really great about this one, it is a high number card, number 208 on the checklist. This is a sneaky good addition to my 55 Topps set build that is slowly inching forward as the years go by. And because that was a nice high number and kind of a nice looking card overall, we'll just stop it there today. We saw some baseball, some hockey, some soccer, and even some Star Wars cards as old as the 50s and cards as recent as just a year or two ago. So pretty nice spread over just a few minutes. The cheese box provides, as always, and really appreciate you stopping by to spend a few minutes of your time checking out these pickups. I'll be back in the very near future with some more sports card content, but until then, take care and enjoy the hobby, everybody.